Liam Payne's unexpected passing on November 2024 has left an indelible mark on the music world, not just as the loss of a beloved artist, but also as the end of an era for One Direction fans worldwide. His death has forever altered the trajectory of what was once a bright, hopeful prospect for a reunion of the iconic boy band. Fans had long awaited news of a One Direction reunion since the band split in 2016, but now, with Payne's untimely demise, the dream of seeing the band reunite has been clouded with grief and sadness. More than just a personal tragedy for those who knew and loved Liam, his death has cast a shadow over any future plans for the group, including the possibility of a reunion show that had been in the works. According to reports, the band members Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Niall Horan, and Louis Tomlinson were reportedly in talks to come together for one final show. However, Payne's death has forced them to put those plans on hold, as the loss has understandably affected each of the surviving members deeply. The idea of a tribute to Liam has been floated among the bandmates, but the emotional toll of his passing has made it difficult for them to focus on what would be an incredibly emotional and challenging project. Despite their devastation, an insider close to the band revealed that the members are still considering a tribute to Liam, but for now, the plans remain uncertain. Liam's death has caused immense heartbreak for all the boys, the source told Us Weekly, describing the collective grief felt by Harry, Zayn, Niall, and Louis. They were in talks about doing one last reunion show before Liam's passing, and while those discussions have been paused, it is still on the table. The loss has led the surviving members to reassess their relationship and the bond they once shared as part of the globally successful boy band that made them household names. In the years following One Direction's breakup, the members went their separate ways, pursuing solo music careers and other ventures. While they maintained sporadic contact with each other, their friendships were no longer as close as they once were. The strain of fame, personal growth, and the pressures of solo careers meant that the closeness they had during their time in the band began to fade. However, Payne's death has been a wake-up call, causing each of the bandmates to reevaluate their relationship and to become more aware of the importance of checking in on each other. They're all still mourning, but they've come together in a way that they haven't in years, said the insider. Liam's passing has made them realize the importance of staying in touch and supporting one another. They're closer now than they have been in a long time. The death of their former bandmate has given them a renewed sense of unity, and while their reunion as a group may never happen in the way fans had once hoped, their bond has been reignited in a more meaningful way. Liam Payne was a significant part of One Direction, not just as a member of the band, but as someone who brought a unique energy and connection to the group. He was known for his strong vocals and charismatic presence, and his role in the band helped shape the group's dynamic during their meteoric rise to fame. Fans will forever remember his contributions to the band and the impact he had on their music. But his death has created a void that is deeply felt by his bandmates. The plans for a reunion show, which had been a topic of much speculation, are now overshadowed by grief and mourning. The surviving members are in a place where they are not yet ready to publicly discuss a potential reunion or tribute to Liam, as they are still processing the loss. The insider further explained that while a tribute to Liam is something the bandmates would love to do, they are struggling to see how they can move forward with such a project in the midst of their sorrow. For now, the focus is on supporting each other and grieving in private before anything can be considered on a public level. The One Direction boys, despite their fame and success, have always been incredibly close to their fans. Their music and the bond they shared during their time together spoke to a generation of listeners who grew up with them. The thought of a reunion, especially after such a long hiatus, excited not only the band members, but millions of fans around the world who held on to the hope that One Direction would one day come back together. The news of Liam's death has shaken the music community and fans alike. It's not just a loss for One Direction, but a loss for the music industry as a whole. Liam Payne's contributions to the group and his individual artistry have left a lasting impact. His death marks the end of a chapter in music history, one that has left fans mourning the loss of not just the artist, but the potential for future music and performances that could have been shared. The funeral for Liam Payne, which brought the surviving bandmates together, was a somber occasion. It was not the reunion that fans had imagined, but it was a moment for the band to mourn together as they said goodbye to a friend and brother. Despite their sorrow, the members of One Direction found solace in being there for each other, reminding themselves of the special bond they shared during their time together as a band. It was a bittersweet moment, marking the end of an era for the group, but also reaffirming the strength of their friendship. One Direction's breakup in 2016 left a hole in the hearts of many fans, but the possibility of a reunion has always remained a topic of discussion. With each band member carving out their own path in the music industry, the prospect of a reunion seemed more and more unlikely as time went on. However, the idea of coming together for one last show, particularly after Liam's passing, has made fans and insiders alike wonder if the dream of seeing One Direction reunite is still possible. While the future remains uncertain, the impact of Liam Payne's death on the surviving members cannot be understated. It has not only brought them closer as friends, but it has also prompted them to reconsider their past and the importance of the bond they once shared. As the boys continue to mourn and process the loss, the possibility of a reunion, though distant, remains in the hearts of fans and the bandmates themselves. Whether or not they will ever perform together again remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Liam Payne's legacy will live on in the music and memories he created with One Direction.